All right. We are on the air. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Orioles baseball, where tonight the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the Miami Marlins in the first game of a 3-game series down in southern Florida. What's the name of this ballpark? Help a brother out. I know it's had a few names over the years. Lone Depot Park. Oh, boy, that just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? That's right up there with classics like Shibe or Crossley or the Polo Grounds. Lone Depot Park, folks. That's where we are tonight in Miami. All right, how you doing, everybody? It's your old pal BW here, the Birdwatcher. People call me BW for short, and welcome back to game number 100. Is there a splash? There you go. Yeah, splash it up, folks. Game number 100 as I get pop-ups coming up here. I'm a little bit late. I'm running a little bit late. I got to hurry up, get through a lot of stuff. First things first, if you're new to the channel, do give the channel a try and think about subscribing. This is a channel dedicated to covering Orioles baseball all season long. Again, this is game number 100, which means your boy, BW here, has called 99 games, every pitch, all the highs, all the lows, everything in between. And that's the idea for the rest of the season and well into October, we hope. A place for Oriole fans all over the world to congregate and follow along with their team. Maybe you don't have a way to watch it on TV or hear it on the radio. You can follow along right here. I'll be doing the play-by-play. We've got the Charm City chat here. If you do subscribe, you just have to wait 1 minute, and then you can chat away. And again, it's a channel that's needed out there. We're trying to represent Baltimore, folks. If you look on YouTube, there are dedicated channels for other teams, your Dodgers, your Yankees, your Phillies, and what have you. I wasn't really seeing anybody dedicating every game to covering Orioles baseball, so I said, you know what, I'm up for the challenge, and here I am. So think about subscribing once again, if you don't mind. We're going to have a interesting pitching matchup tonight. The Orioles' Albert Suarez, who has a record of 5-3, ERA of 2.82, very, very fine. He's going to take the mound against Kyle Tyler, who I need to look at a little bit closer because I didn't have a chance to look at him before. The Marlins did not announce a starter for this game, I guess, until just a few hours ago. When I went to sleep last night, there was no starting pitcher. So it's happened in the past 6 hours. But Kyle Tyler, a right-handed pitcher, on the mound for the Marlins, he has a record of 0-1 and an ERA of 3.38. I've got the Masson game up here already. Kevin Brown and Ben McDonald on the call. Good to see. And again, folks, for your boy, game number 100 for the channel. Come on, let's hear it.
Ho, ho, it's magic.
I tell you what. 100 games in, and look, folks, we're already crushing it. In fact, let me bring up the old whatchamacallit over here. I hope to make it 1,000 games, folks. I don't know if I can make it 10,000 games, because that's I might have had to start about 5 to 10 years earlier. But we're going to get to 1,000 games. That's the plan. That's about what, 7 years worth of calling games? That would be good. I think Vin Scully got to about 10,000 games. Let's see. What am I looking for here? Oh, yeah. Folks, take a look at your starting lineups right here. I'll read over them in just a sec. Actually, let me go ahead and do the Marlins lineup. The Orioles lineup will be easier, and I'll head on over to the Yahoo page, which is a little more user-friendly. I already forgot what I'm looking for over here. Oh, yeah. All right. Such a professional setup. It's part of the charm, folks. This is totally a do-it-yourself sort of situation. The Miami Marlins lineup looks like this. Jazz Chisholm will lead off and play center field. Brian De La Cruz is the designated hitter, batting second. Jake Berger is at third base, batting third. Josh Bell, cleanup hitter at first base. Jesus Sanchez is in right field, batting fifth. I have no idea. Is this Otto? Yeah, Otto Lopez is at second base, batting sixth. Xavier Edwards is the shortstop, hitting seventh. Nick Gordon, left field, batting eighth. And I'm going to guess Ali Sanchez is behind the plate for your Marlins. Folks, I will admit I know very, very little about the Florida Marlins. I just know, based on their record, we got to take 2 out of 3 here, minimum, and then hopefully go for the sweep. But here's your Orioles lineups, folks. Lineups? I think it's just one lineup. Leading off, we have Gunnar Henderson.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
Playing shortstop. Adley Rutschman behind the plate, batting second.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Anthony Santander will be in right field, batting third.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Ryan O'Hearn is the DH in the cleanup spot.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Jordan Westberg will bat fifth and play third base.
Well, West is that way.
Colton Cowser's in left field, hitting sixth. Ryan Mountcastle will be at first base, batting seventh.
Okay, mount up.
Ced Mullins will bat eighth and play center field.
Well said, now you know what to do.
And Jorge Mateo at second base, batting ninth. All right. They've all got their walk-up songs. And I'm BW, the Birdwatcher.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
All right. We come in tonight, over 1,600 subs. Folks, I think we're going to get to about 2,500 by the end of the season, which means by the end of 2 years of this, 5,000 subscribers, which if I can get to that, I could actually sort of get by on that, which would be great. So let's hopefully get our way towards 1,700 tonight, maybe with some subs. I'm not sure what kind of turnout we're going to have tonight, folks, to be honest with you. Day off. Now we're playing a Marlins team. Not exactly a team, not exactly a matchup that jumps off the page. You know what I mean? The Marlins are 29th in baseball in scoring runs, dead last in homers, dead last in stolen base percentage. ERA is near the bottom for the pitching. They are not a good team. They've got a couple of decent players, and of those, one of them's probably getting traded within the next week. Heck, they could be traded in the middle of one of these games. That would be Jazz Chisholm, the leadoff hitter. Left-handed hitter, young. He's got some good tools, although I would say somewhat inconsistent. Hasn't exactly put it all together. But he's very solid in terms of being able to hit for power. He can steal bases for you. He's got versatility as well. He can play in the outfield like a center field, or he could play at second base for you if you need that. So somebody's definitely going to scoop up Jazz Chisholm. By the way, there's some sort of strobe light thing going on here at the ballpark. I don't know, but if you have any sort of epileptic issues, you might not want to be watching the ball game right now. I might want to go ahead and make a cup of coffee right now while I have a chance. Folks, Charm City Chat, the rules. Folks, don't talk politics. There's no reason to here. It's not going to do anybody any good. Sports betting talk, a brief mention here or there, once or twice in a game, no problem. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it, but if you make it a habit, we're going to have to ask you to stop. Hell, if you do bring it up once, I'll probably just tease you about it. Just treat each other, folks, with charm, okay? It's okay to tease each other. It's okay to have disagreements about this or that, but no personal insults, okay? And finally, folks, do not spoil anything in the chat. If there's a home run, the first instant thing to not do is to type HR into your device so that you can beat me to the call. If you are ahead of me watching the game, you can get synced up. It's very easy. You just have to pause your game and allow me to catch up. Easiest way to do that is wait for an out, maybe the first out of the ball game. Strike out, throw it at first, fly ball caught, whatever it is. Just as soon as that's done, pause your game and then allow me to catch up, make a call of that same out, and then unpause your game. You're synced up for the rest of the night. No need to worry about spoilers or being spoiled. We all need to be on the same page, folks. All right, I think I got about 10 seconds. I'm going to heat up some hot water. I'll be right back. Holy cow, Gunnar Henderson's at the plate. The first pitch was a strike, and the next pitch is a breaking ball, low and away for ball one. We are underway here in Miami. I apologize. I'm trying to do a lot of things to catch up for lost time. So we are underway. Gunnar's at the plate. Here's a check swing. Home plate umpire says he went around on a pitch high, and the count is now 1-2 strikes. Gunnar Henderson's at the plate, folks.
His name's Gunnar, and he's dating my mom.
Man, there is a lot of empty seats in this ballpark. Wow, Gunnar hitting .290 on the season. Next pitch is fouled off to the left side. Still a ball and 2 strikes. It looks like the interface right now is, well, I can see the result. It just showed me the result. So that's not good. We'll hang out over here for a bit. And there's strike 3 right there. Who is this guy? Kyle Tyler. I need to know more about him. I'm going to just open up a little something here. Kyle Tyler just struck out Gunnar Henderson to begin the ball game. Well, one thing I can tell by his photo, he used to play for the Angels. Back in 2021... in 5 games, he pitched 12 1/3 innings for the Angels. In 2022, he appeared in 2 games, pitched just 4 innings for the Padres, and now he finds himself on the Marlins 2 years later as the first pitch to Adley Rutschman's on the outside edge at the bottom of the zone for a called strike.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Adley hitting .271, 17 homers, 61 driven in. His average keeps going down. I don't want to see it get into the 260s. It's down to .271. He fouls this one off to the right, and the count is 0-2. So, yeah, this Tyler guy, Kyle Tyler, as you can see, since 2021, he's pitched a grand total of 32 1/3 innings, and half of those have come in the past couple of weeks. He's made 4 starts for the Marlins, who are looking for any pitching help they can get. Here's Rutschman with a flare out to right field, and that's going to dunk in there for a base hit. Adley Rutschman with a full swing, but the exit velo was about 40 miles an hour. You're not going to get a speeding ticket for this. It's a flare in the right for a 1-out single. Turn on the faucet. All right, so that's all you need to know about Kyle Tyler. Here are his starts. The longest he's gone in any one start is 5 1/3 innings, so don't expect him to go very deep. Here's Anthony Santander, folks. Get those taters up in the chat as a breaking ball from Tyler stays up and away for ball 1. Tony's hitting .242 on the season. A flare, a bloop, all is acceptable, especially when I just woke up and the sun's not out yet, and I haven't had a sip of coffee. This one's off the plate outside. 2-0 to Anthony Santander.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
What'd I do with my coffee? 2-0 count, folks, with a runner at first and 1 out. Pitch. Breaking ball hit on the ground and a dribbler foul along the first base line. And the count now 2-1. All right, folks. Anderson is a nobody. Hey, he's pitching Major League Baseball. More than I can say. There's a called strike right in there. 2-2 the count on Santander. Oh, there's the other one. Well, dag nabbit. Jesus, Bobby. What the hell? 2-2 pitch to Santander. Here it is. Swung on and popped up. Right field. Coming in a bit. And making the catch is Sanchez. 2 down here. Rutschman will remain at first base. All right, folks. Ryan O'Hearn is up next.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Marlins defense, well, they had it up there for a moment. It's Gordon left, Chisholm in center, Sanchez in right, Berger at third, Edwards at shortstop, Lopez at second, Bell at first, and Sanchez behind the plate. Here's the first pitch to O'Hearn, and it's a breaking ball in there for a called strike. Ryan O'Hearn batting .274. And he had a interesting game in the last series. He had done something that had never been done by any batter at the plate in Major League history, as this pitch is makes the count 1-1. I missed the pitch. That was a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, Ryan O'Hearn apparently became the first person to get hit by a pitch twice, draw a walk, and score or hit a home run all in the same game. As this one's fouled away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a very cherry-picked stat. It's very specific. But that's part of the charm of baseball, isn't it? The first to ever get hit by a pitch twice, draw a walk, and hit a home run all in one game. This one is fouled away off to the left. Still 1-2 on O'Hearn. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I'm like, really? All right. One-two pitch, high, about face high there to Ryan O'Hearn. Middle of the plate, but about a foot tall. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner at first for Ryan O'Hearn as the Orioles start a 3-game series here with Miami. The pitch is low and outside, and the count has gone full. You can call me BW, Mike. Works for me. Short and sweet. Payoff pitch to O'Hearn, and here it is. There goes the runner, and it's ball 4 outside.
I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
A 2-out walk to Ryan O'Hearn, and that'll bring up Jordan Westberg.
Well, West is that way.
Westberg hitting .273 on the season. Thank you, Mike. See how easy that is? You don't even have to put a period in there. I'll make it even easier. You can leave out the periods. Westberg, first pitch is over the plate but low for ball 1. .273 average, 16 homers, 52 driven in. His OPS is at .819. Man, the numbers he's been putting up in his first full season of baseball, better than my highest expectation. Love me some Jordan Westberg. 1-0 pitch to him is lined into left field and down for a base hit. With 2 down, Rutschman's taken off from second, and he will slide in and score, and the Orioles have taken a 1-0 lead. Jordan Westberg, RBI 2-out single. And man, that's exactly the kind of thing we've been needing for this team. Driving runners in and scoring position with 2 down and not doing it via the home run. We did it all. 1-0 Baltimore in the top of the first. 2 on, 2 out. Here's Colton Cowser, and he takes low and outside. Check swing, no appeal. Get those cows up in the chat. Cows are hitting .225, 13 homers, 36 driven in. Oh, that's hot coffee. Woo! Look out. Next pitch, the 1-0 is fouled back behind the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cowser against the Rangers started to pick it up. 4 for 11 with a double, a homer, and a pair of walks. So let's hope he can build off of that series in Arlington, Texas. He's got a 1-1 count, 2 down, 2 on, and the pitch is hit on the ground to second base, and that should do it. Throw over to first is in time. Cowser is retired. But, hey, the Orioles, they look like they've got a chance to knock this retread pitcher around a bit. Hopefully Albert Suarez is going to be on point tonight. But after half an inning, the Orioles, a couple of hits and a walk, score a run, leave 2. We go to the bottom of the first, 1-0 Orioles. Oh, I should always be kind enough. When it's going to the bottom of the first, the correct thing to say is Orioles won, the Marlins coming up. You can't be upset that it's nothing. They haven't had a chance. How you doing, Charm City chat? You guys getting nervous, excited, somewhere in between? In fact, maybe that's a good, just sort of nice and light poll. Here's a poll. How do you feel about the trade window open for the next week? And by that I mean in the next week, there's very likely going to be some movement. Players leaving, players coming in. Are you excited? Or are you nervous? I'd be interested to see what Charm City thinks. All right. I don't need to look at that. We got any chill music here? Looking for hits, BW. The hits keep on coming. With a little bit of both. Oh, Rob. Rob, I can't have any arguments or debates with you. Me and Rob went at it for... Maybe that's part of the reason why I'm late. Hey, Albert Suarez is on the mound. Let's cut the music. And Jazz Chisholm is at the plate. He goes after the first pitch and swings, fouls it back. Out of play. Chisholm hitting .249. Again, he's got, 13 homers, 19 stolen bases, 45 runs driven in. Left-handed hitter. And the pitch is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, so far, I'm sure it's a very small sample size, but it looks like about 2/3 of you are more excited than nervous. 1-1 pitch is popped foul out of play. And the count is 1-2 on Jazz Chisholm. We got any Jazz fans here tonight? Charlie Parker, John Coltrane, Stan Getz, Thelonious Monk. This one is swung on and missed. Suarez strikes out Jazz. Hey, where's the sound effect? I didn't hear it.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Oh, everything. How did everything get muted? How did that happen? Why did that happen? All right, there it is. Sorry.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
I just had to make sure that my ears were working right. All right. Brian De La Cruz is at the plate. 1 out, nobody on. Hitting .242. It's not the De La Cruz you're hoping to see. It's the other guy. This pitch is swung on a miss. No balls and 2 strikes on Brian De La Cruz. Not Ellie. Not Ellie. And let's see. Looks like De La Cruz asks for time, steps out of the box, takes a couple of practice swings. Yeah, Jazz Chisholm is certainly getting traded somewhere. That might be one of the most guaranteed players on the move, Jazz Chisholm Jr. This pitch is swung on and missed. Wow, the high cheese from Suarez. De La Cruz swinging at a pitch around his eyes.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Well, Albert Suarez is on pace tonight for 27 strikeouts. Here comes Jake's... Oh, is that Ellie's brother? Of course. Swing and a miss by Berger. And Suarez so far is looking very comfortable up there. Your brother, you say, huh?
I have a brother.
Ah. Men love Lady Dick. What? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's my, what do you call it when you read stuff out of order? I did that by accident. Here's a line drive, base hit in the right field by Berger. A 2-out single. A solid liner, and boy, that hand gesture motion almost looked like it was a requirement. I'm having too much fun working the hours. Well, Cujo, that's kind of how it has to work, right? Like, you got to be nuts. You got to be a little bit weird. And yeah, I'm a guy that I'll give you all the energy I got when I wake up in the morning. That's why my calls overnight, the late night calls, those are tough. If I've had my sleep, here's a comebacker. Suarez's glove doesn't get it, but Gunnar gets it, and he's just going to walk over to the second base, tap the bag for the force, and the inning is over. Suarez, a couple of strikeouts, gave up a base hit, but that's it. We go to the second inning. It's the Orioles 1 and the Marlins nothing. All right. Back to some grooves. Matt is nervously excited. Oh, hey, guys, you want to see something funny? I might have to just whip this up out of the... How do I do this off screen? Hey, I'm gonna take the desktop off screen for a sec. All right? I got to do a little behind the scenes something here. I'm going to pull up something behind the scenes now. Because I find this to be a little bit amusing. I do. I really, really do. Let's see if I can find this thing. Where is this? Ah, yes. Of course. So, folks, I'll bring you back up to the screen here. The last game I called, you might remember, the game wasn't going so great. The offense was anemic. Not until Santander hit that 2-run homer late to make it 3-2. So we were sort of having fun, and part of the fun was talking about 80s one-hit wonders, and I sang a little bit of a tune. And I can see the man is here. I remember the man telling me that, yeah, good heart there, BW, but man, was that flat. Well, guess how flat my voice was. The morning after, I woke up to this for an email. Hi, Orioles Birdwatcher. Copyright content has been detected in your video, Orioles at Rangers, game number 99. As a result, your video can no longer be monetized and has been blocked in one territory. The copyright owner may be either monetizing it or receiving analytics about it in other territories. Basically, tainted love. That's right. I didn't play a song. I didn't play the track. I just sang it. And I got a copyright claim. Okay? So you tell me that I'm flat. I'm so flat, some computer figured it out. Ryan Mountcastle's at the plate. First pitch is ball one. The next one is swung on and missed. So what do you think about that, the man? Mountcastle swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You said I was flat and had heart. How can I have both? If you're telling me I had heart, they're telling me I'm not flat. Sounds to me like I can sing. This one is hit softly on the ground, barehanded at third base. Berger is just going to put it in his pocket. It's a swinging bunt single for Ryan Mountcastle. Bogus. All right, so we're now at the point where I can no longer call any more baseball games until the man says, all right, BW, maybe you weren't that flat. I mean, it could have been better, obviously, like, say, with a little preparation, say maybe not sitting in a chair like this while doing it. Here's Mullins showing a bunt. Or you could be like, hey, BW, let it go. I'm not letting it go. I got an email about this. Your dogs love it. There you go. Another backhanded compliment, courtesy of the man. This is a foul ball that gets a piece of the Marlins catcher. Mullins with an 0-1 count. A runner at first base, nobody out. Top of the second. Mullins with a .214 average coming into tonight's ball game. That bunt attempt, maybe a little small ball. I don't know if he's going to show bunt again. Mullins will swing this time and foul it back. Mullins shows bunt a lot, Zopfinator, particularly on that first pitch in an at-bat. Unless it's in a situation where it makes 0 sense to bunt, he'll usually show that bat head at least once per at-bat. 0-2 count, and he holds his bat back on a pitch high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Why are we staring at this? I forgot. This page loves to bounce around. So, yeah, long story short, the man, thanks to what happened the other day, you'll never be hearing me sing any songs again, as this pitch is high for ball 2. I don't need to sit here and go broke singing songs. You know what I mean? 2 balls and 2 strikes. The next pitch is a breaking ball, low and in. 3-2. The Orioles are showing good patience up here against Tyler. Payoff pitch to Mullins, and here it comes. That one's lined, and over the glove of second base, a base hit. Going first to third is Mountcastle, and the Orioles have runners at the corners and nobody out. I don't want a contract. I tell you what, I want the opposite of auto-tune. I want a little more gruff. I want that Tom Waits voice. I want some gravel in my lungs. I don't want that clean auto-tune sound. It's I don't like it at all. Give me the dirt and the spit. Here's Jorge Mateo. First and third, nobody out for Jorge. The pitch is low, and that ball nearly got away from the catcher. Sanchez pops out of his crouch to get the ball, and his head was on a swivel, looking at first, looking at third. 1-0 on Mateo, folks. Come on now. Step right up. Just step right up. Everyone's a winner, bargains galore. As Mateo fouls this pitch back, 1 ball and 1 strike. No muss, no fuss. One and one on Mateo. First and third, nobody out. We got to capitalize here and get some runs on the board. A check on the runner at first. Mullins is back in with a slide. And that's a sign to me that Kyle Tyler is starting to feel the nerves. You nervous, Kyle? I'd be more worried about the guy at the plate right now. And there goes Mullins. And the pitch is high. The throw down is offline, but Mullins gets in there. Otto Lopez, the second baseman, wants a challenge. The throw came in on the first base side of the second base bag, so if there was a tag, it was on the back of Mullins' legs. He didn't get the best jump, and the pitch was high, so it made it easier for the catcher to pop up there. He might be out, folks. I think he might be out. Uh-oh. I haven't played the steel sound effect yet because I'm not sure if we got in there. Grease lightning. It sort of references Bill that he's fast. I don't know. You got a better one? I'm willing to listen. And the challenge has been overturned. Mullins is indeed out. That tag did get slapped down on the leg before Mullins got his hand in there. Credit to the Marlins. They knew when to challenge. Lopez knew. So now it's just a runner at third with one out. The Orioles ran themselves into an out. 2-1 pitch to Mateo is on the outside corner for a called strike two. Yeah, Mateo's still at third. Or Mateo's at the plate. Do you mean Mountcastle? Mountcastle's at third base. I have no idea what kid video is, but thanks. Here's a swing and a miss, and down goes Mateo. What the hell is this rally? What is going on here?
Big buck, stop it all.
The Orioles have gone from first and third, nobody out, to 2 down and a runner at first. But that next hitter is Gunnar Henderson. Maybe he can salvage something. First pitch to Gunnar is off the plate for ball one. Man, oh man, come on, you gotta cash in here. This one is lifted off to the left side and foul. Man, who wants a free baseball? There are sections with chunks of 30, 40 seats at a time empty. I don't remember that cartoon. Actually, the name of it sounds vaguely familiar. This one's on a line, but at second base, a one-hop liner to Lopez. He'll throw to first in time, and Henderson is retired. The Orioles absolutely screwed that up. First and third, nobody out, and we can't score. And we've left 3 men on base through the first 2 innings. Ouch. We lead it 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first. Man, oh, Shevitz. Brandon Hyde, you got to have a talk about these sort of things. I know it's all going to sound like hindsight, but I don't know why Mullins was running in that spot, first and third, nobody out, when it was clear that this pitcher, the command wasn't there, and when he was getting it over the plate, we were hitting him. So just keep the line moving. Unless you know absolutely 100% for sure you can take that base. That should not have happened. Then you get a strikeout with a runner at third and 1 out. All you got to do is just make contact, and we couldn't do that. Man, that was bad. That was not good. I'm so traumatized I need a lucky. Oh, God, I might be more traumatized. I don't know where the luckies are. They might be outside. Stand by. The Heights. God, I haven't heard that in forever. How do you talk to an angel? How do you hold her close for me? Ah. Yeah, that was a show. That's right up there with cop rock. All right, you run Mullins to stay out of a double play, but Bill, again, the way we were hitting, I'm not worried about a ground ball from it. It's Mateo. You don't think Mateo can beat out a double play grounder? Come on, man. All right.
Hey, sounds like Bob Dylan. No, it'd be more like this. How do you talk to an angel? How do you hold her close to where you are?
Very, very different. Apparently, your ears need work, guys. Your ears need work. Jesus Sanchez, first pitch. Did I miss it? It's tied. Sanchez just went yard to right field. And this ball game is tied. My goodness. Turn my back for 1 second. Tie ball game. I mean, that was absolutely crushed to right field by the left-handed hitting Sanchez. Here is Otto Lopez, and he's going to drop one in the left field for a base hit. Well, Bonnie, I apologize. Thank you for confirming what I said, though. And we've got a runner at first base, nobody out, tie ball game. Just like that, Albert Suarez gives up a game-tying homer, and that ball got by Westberg. Oh, you're fine. You're fine, Bonnie. You're fine. Folks, I apologize myself in advance, and I probably will more than once tonight. I'm going through some stuff, and I'll just leave it at that. I'm going through some stuff. Xavier Edwards is at the plate. Want to know the count. Everybody goes through stuff, so I'm not alone in that regard. So I'm trying to keep it out of discussion, but I have to be honest. This is a steal attempt, and that ball's going to get away. Rutschman's throw goes into center field, and now the Marlins are doing to us what we couldn't do to them. A leadoff hit, stolen base, and an error now has this runner at third base with nobody out. Otto Lopez at third. My goodness. I tell you what, no one ever bring up the heights ever again. The heights made everything go sour quickly. The 2-0 to Edwards is high, ball 3. So now Suarez can't find the zone. Man, that first inning looked promising. A couple of strikeouts. Here's the 3-0. That just catches the top of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike. 1-1 ball game. Bottom of the second inning here in Miami. Hey there, Aaron. How are you? This one is low and away for ball 4. Suarez has yet to get an out in the second. 1 run in, and runners now at the corners. Our early lead has evaporated, and our inability to cash in more than the 1 run that we did is already starting to hurt us. Nick Gordon, left-handed hitter, scrawny little guy. 233 average, 8 homers, 29 driven in. He's up at the plate right now. First pitch to him is at the bottom of the zone for a called strike. Any relation to D. Gordon, I wonder? Another left-handed hitter with a lot of speed. Gordon calls for time. Here comes the pitch. It's high. 1 ball and 1 strike. I hear you, Card. I hear you. Are they brothers? I think Flash Gordon is a relative. Distant relative. Third cousin. 1-1 pitch, and that is lined into center field for a base hit. The Marlins have taken the lead. There is still nobody out as the lead run from third comes in to score. It's now first and second, nobody out, and the Marlins ahead 2-1. Good God, what the hell happened? All right, we got work to do. We've got work to do. The two things that have really driven us crazy when things aren't going our way, cashing in runners in scoring position, and then coughing up leads like this, both happening all within the span of a few minutes. As this is a bunt attempt, Suarez is going to field. He looks to third and will go to first base to get the only out he can. So it goes down as a sacrifice. 1 out in the inning, second and third now. And this is tough. A base hit would make it 4-1 Marlins, and we got to get 2 more outs. Back at the top of the order as well for Jazz Chisholm. So that was the number 9 hitting catcher Sanchez laying that bunt down. We've got a meeting on the mound now with Drew French and the rest of the infield talking to Albert Suarez.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper. Make it fast. I'm in a goddamn hurry.
Do you think about putting Chisholm on here, loading the bases, having a force play all over the place, and going after the lighter hitting De La Cruz, who hits from the right side and not the left, like Chisholm? Do you feel confident you could pull off a double play if Chisholm is taken off down towards second? Chisholm's hitting .325 with runners in scoring position. I'd bat around him. He's the most dangerous bat in their lineup. He may not be the most dangerous bat in most lineups, but he is in this one. And the first pitch is bounced in there for ball 1. The only issue is that if you're going to do this, you got to have the command, and you cannot afford to fall behind that next batter. You got to be able to put him away. 1-0 pitch is well off the plate outside, and folks, based on these first 2 pitches to Chisholm, it has all the appearances to me of a pitch around. What is this? Is my game pausing? My game is now in limbo. I'm looking at a spinning circle on my screen. What is going on here? Oh, for the love of God. Okay, 2-1 the count. Apparently Suarez snuck a strike in there somewhere. Two and 1 the count. And the pitch is hit on the ground and through on the right side, a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Chisholm hustles his way all the way into second base. My goodness, the Marlins had taken a 4-1 lead and have really made us look bad right here. My goodness. Wow. So I guess pitch to him. Well, there's that. I saw D. Gordon play for the Carolina Mudcats back when he was still, I guess, a prospect for the Dodgers. Back in like the late aughts, maybe 2010. No sign of anybody warming up yet, Zopfinator, but you would imagine Perhaps Cole Irvin, although we still have to figure out what we're doing about a number 5 starter. Last I checked, we don't have one announced yet. That is something I do need to look at. Here's the first pitch to De La Cruz, and it's in there for a called strike. We are in the bottom of the second. The Marlins have put up 4 runs on Albert Suarez. It began with a leadoff solo home run, and now they've rallied for 3 more. This pitch is off the plate, 1-1 the count. This is why we need pitching, folks. This is why you need to be able to say, I'd love for you to stay, but we understand why you got to go, to a player or two in a trade package. This pitch is off the plate, 2-1. I want to see Suarez as our long reliever. I think that's his best role. I think it fits him well. I'm happy that he's been able to give us some nice starts here and there when he has started, but it's been hit or miss. And you can afford to have one guy in your rotation who's hit or miss, but right now our rotation beyond Burns and Grayson is a lot of hit or misses. We need a guy that is 80, 90% hit. This one is drilled down the left field corner, and it's just foul. My goodness, De La Cruz nearly found himself a 2-run homer. Well, Nicholas, to be fair, Albert Suarez has been a starting pitcher for the majority of his professional career. He's 34 years old. He's been doing it a long time. The reason why he was brought in as a long relief was because he just wasn't thought of as, guys like him have to prove a lot to get to the positions they are. That's why I'm so, I have a love affair for a guy like Albert Suarez. This guy's been around the block. He played in Korea. He played in Japan. Bounced around a long time. Full count on De La Cruz, and the payoff pitch is fouled back. Calvin, I think you can do one or the other. I think either way can work. I mean, you get what you pay for. I would like to see us go after Skubal. I would. I think we can finagle a trade, and I've got one in mind as this one is fouled away. That on paper looks fair to me, and according to the trade simulator is fair as well. Captain Ron with Kurt Russell as a pirate. We got a full count still on De La Cruz. Chisholm's at second base dancing around. The pitch swung on and missed. De La Cruz strikes out. So De La Cruz strikes out. Folks, imagine a scenario where we pitch around Chisholm and then we strike out De La Cruz like we just did right there. And now you'd have bases loaded, 2 down, and a chance to get out of the inning with the score still 2-1. This reminds me a lot of when we didn't pitch around Jose Ramirez in that Cleveland series, only to watch him beat us as Jazz Chisholm steals third base. Jazz Chisholm just stole third base with 2 down. Albert Suarez hadn't even thrown the pitch. He was just standing on the mound. Chisholm takes off. And we got to wake up. That's 20 steals for Chisholm now. Breaking ball to Jake Berger. Low and away for ball 1. 4-1 Marlins. In an inning I'm waiting to end. Berger has a base hit on the day already, but 1 inning ago. There's a called strike on the outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. You say that, Calvin, but you don't know that. Everybody thinks they know exactly what needs to be involved in order to make the trade happen. I don't know. Ken Rosenthal doesn't know. Jeff Passan doesn't know. Nobody knows. Let me throw this out there to you. 2-1 the count on Berger. You tell me, did you think we could get Corbin Burns for Joey Ortiz and DL Hall? Didn't you think we'd have to give up a little more than that? be honest, folks. Didn't you think to get Corbin Burns, yes, only for 1 year, 1 full year, D.L. Hall and Joey Ortiz? I saw that trade and I couldn't believe it. I was ecstatic. 2-2 the count on Berger. And that pitch is off the plate outside. Now, I understand it's going to cost more to get a guy like Skubal versus Burns because of the team control. You're not getting a guy for 1 year. You're getting a guy for 2 years plus about 55 games. So the price is steeper. But Burns and Skubal, in terms of talent, they're pretty much right there next to each other. Payoff pitch to Berger is lifted in the air to left field. Mullins to his right will chase it down in the alley to finally put an end to this inning. Albert Suarez gets rocked for 4 runs on 4 hits. And we go to the third, 4-1 Marlins. Trade deadline is what, on the 30th, like at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Or the 29th, I'm sorry. Is there like a time of day as well, like 4 p.m., something like that? I think everybody understands. First of all, I think the last thing for anybody to do right now is to question what a Mike Elias is doing. Because what Mike Elias has been doing ever since he showed up is improve the team. So I trust in Elias. I do. Even if a trade comes through, 4 p.m., thank you, Zopfinator. Even if a trade goes through and it's a player that I really, really, really wanted to keep, I have to trust that we're doing the right thing. Ortiz has become a good player, Calvin, but again, that's what makes it a fair trade. I'm not sitting here going, well, I regret letting go of Joey Ortiz because he's playing well. It's not like, oh, I only want to trade guys that are going to go off and stink. There's nothing wrong with 2 teams coming away with equal value to address the needs that they have. It's okay. Nobody has to sit there and we're not playing Monopoly here, okay? We're not trying to steal each other's monopoly and making the other guy go bankrupt. These are 2 teams that could use a little help with a certain area of their team, and they've got something they're willing to get rid of in order to do it. All right, folks, we're going to the top of the third. Adley Rutschman is at the plate.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
First pitch to Rutschman is off the plate for ball 1. Adley singled and scored the Oriole run back in the first. Next pitch is on the outside edge for a called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Folks, if you want a seat at this game, you got one. Where do you want to sit? You want to sit next to Brandon Hyde? We got plenty of room available here at Lone Depot Park. Such a classic stadium name. It's right up there with Lambeau. 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball low for ball 2. Hey there, Brian. Elias builds the roster. Hyde manages it. That's right. Those are their job descriptions. The 3-1 pitch is top of the zone. Adley had given up on it. Thought it was going to be high. Has a brief word with the ump on that. And the count is full here. Rutschman leading off in the bottom of the third. The Orioles trail by 3. They had a 1-0 lead for about 5 minutes. Payoff pitch is outside, ball 4.
I'm walking here.
And this is what we need to do. Let this guy continue to, not be all that good. We need some runs tonight. This pitch is high. Ball one. To Anthony Santander. Folks, get those taters up in the chat.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
Anthony Santander, what a series he had in Texas. Picking up in the second half, right where he left off in the first. He is right on the heels of Gunnar Henderson for the team lead in home runs, amongst the league leaders. Elgood, I hear you, buddy. Meeting on the mound here with Tyler, the pitcher, and the coach. Elgood says, sorry, but a toll is a toll and a roll is a roll, and if we don't get no tolls, then we don't eat no rolls. Chip here, chip there. Even the traded can be traded. What is this? I feel like I'm reading a bunch of fortune cookies right now. All right. Meeting on the mound is over. Santander with a 1-0 count, runner at first, nobody out. Let's get some runs. We got the heart of the order coming up here. The 1-0 pitch is low. 2 balls and no strikes. Come on, Charm City chat. 2-0 the count. Next pitch is a breaking ball upstairs, 3-0. Just let this guy put runners on, and then one swing, and we're right back where we need to be. Ryan O'Hearn is waiting on deck. He's already drawn a walk tonight. The 3-0 to Tony is hit on the ground, past the glove of second base and into right center. Adley Rutschman will go first to third. Oh, doctor, that was nearly a double play ball. Instead, first and third, nobody out. First and third, nobody out. Come on now. Ryan O'Hearn is up next.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Wet, huh? All right. There you go. All right, now my game has gone back into freeze mode. This is like the second or third time. Last time, it's about a 10-second wait, and then it okay, there we go. 0-1 the count on Ryan O'Hearn. I apologize. I missed strike one. 0-1 the count on Ryan O'Hearn. Again, I'm sorry. I missed strike one. Next pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just like that, the Orioles with a tying run at the plate. Nobody out. Let's see if we can do something with this rally. This pitch is a little bit inside. 2-1. 2-1. The pitch is a breaking ball hit on the ground, foul off to the right. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ryan O'Hearn. First and third, nobody out. Top of the third, 4-1 Marlins. The Orioles have the tying run at the plate. But for now, let's just start with Rutschman at third and get him in. The 2-2 is a breaking ball hit into right center and down for a base hit. Rutschman will walk home. Santander will stop at second. The Orioles get one back. I mean, 2 runs on the board, make it 4-2. Still nobody out in the inning. Jordan Westberg, who's already driven in a run tonight, is up again. Let's go.
West is that way.
West is that way, and he's pointing toward the wall in the outfield. One swing could give us the lead back. 4-2 game, nobody out, first and second. The first pitch to Westberg is a called strike on the inside edge. And that just kissed the edge on that pitch from Kyle Tyler. Tyler's up to 58 pitches here in the third with nobody out. And again, based on his previous experience, don't see him going much more than 5 innings. Called strike 2, same spot. Westberg took it again. Tough pitch to do anything with. 0-2 the count. I mean, with nobody out, come on, Jordan, you got to move those runners up. Move them up. Breaking ball, low and away, a ball and 2 strikes. The one issue right now with the Orioles is that they don't have a whole ton of speed on the bases to play small ball. Santander is at second. O'Hearn has got decent speed for a first base DH type. 1-2. It's hit on the ground to third. This could be 2. To second for 1. Over to first in time. And Westberg grounds into a double play. Two down in the inning. Santander at third base. And it's going to be up to Colton Cowser to get him in. Come on, folks. Get them cows up. He moved 1 up. He moved 1 up, and he got 2 outs to do it. I don't know if that was what we wanted there, Rob, but hey. 2 down for Cowser. Runner at third. The pitch is a breaking ball, swung on and missed, and Cowser, he wished he had that pitch back. That ball was just hanging out over the plate. 0-1 the count. Cowser 0 for 1 tonight. Next pitch is another breaking ball, swung on and missed as that one dropped below the zone. 0-2 the count. The Orioles just cashed in a run on a RBI by Ryan O'Hearn. This ball's popped up by Cowser, left side and into the stands. Count's still 0-2 on Cowser. I guess I'll go ahead and get this poll out of the way. Okay, so a lot more people are more excited than nervous. Well, you know what? That's good. That's good. That's healthy. This pitch is way high, a ball and 2 strikes. 78 votes. Wow. Look at democracy in progress. I'm proud of you, America. 1-2 the count on Colton Cowser. Swung on and hit on the ground. First baseman Bell going to flip to the pitcher, but safe. Cowser beats the pitcher to the bag, and that'll allow Santander to score. Colton Cowser with the hustle down the line to get that run in. Oh, I'm very, very, very pleased with that run after everything else we've seen so far. That was a piece of Colton Cowser says, nah, not today. And here's Ryan Mountcastle. He's going to drop one into center field for a hit. Cowser going first to third, and he is out. What are you doing, Colton? First and third. There's 2 down. Getting to third base is not a priority with 2 down, my friend. And Cowser is sitting there, and I think he's thinking about that very thing right now. The inning is over, but the Orioles do get a couple of runs back, despite the fact that we hit into a double play and ran ourselves into the third out. The only outs we made were a double play and running into an out. Mullins also ran into an out tonight. I mean, if we just stop tripping over our own feet, I think we can win this ball game. 8 hits. 8 hits through the first 3 innings. Just the 3 runs. I tell you what. I mean, we're on pace to get 24 hits in this ball game. Oh, did Cowser trip at second? Yeah, if he tripped at second, what are you doing trying to go to third? Ah, boy. These are some of the rules of baseball, folks. You got 2 down. Getting to third base from second is not a priority with 2 down. It's just not. There's only a small percentage of events that can happen that would allow a runner to score from third when he would have otherwise just scored from second anyway. So the risk is not worth the reward unless you know for damn sure you're going to get there. That's just how you do it. But hey, long way to go here. Cujo, another, never make the first or third out at third. Exactly. Yeah, you do it with 1 down because or with nobody, what do you call it? Yeah, if you can try to get there with 1 down and put yourself in a position to score without the benefit of a hit, there is some added incentive in that regard. Okay, let's see if Albert Suarez can get back under control here. Josh Bell is at the plate. First pitch to Bell is up and away for ball 1. That just missed the corner. 4-3 Marlins, bottom of the third. 7 runs between these teams early on. Both pitchers struggling. Bell pops this one foul and out of play, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Bell, a switch hitter. He came up with the Pirates, if memory serves, and also spent some time on the Nationals. He might have been another team or two, but he's with the Marlins now. The 1-1 pitch is fouled away off to the left. He's a thick man. If you squint, you'd think you're looking at Vladdy Jr. up there. Of course, Vladdy doesn't hit from the left side, but might make you think Vlad Jr. was a switch hitter. 1-2 pitch is fouled away again. Still 1-2 on Josh Bell, leading it off here in the bottom of the third. By the way, the Marlins jerseys are protected by ADT, which is so fitting. That is so fitting for a Florida team to have that as their jersey sponsor. Home security. It is Florida, folks. Everyone should be protected by ADT. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and you got a piece of it. Just got a little piece of that. Still 2-2. They had 2 sponsors to choose from, the Marlins. It was down between ADT and Larry's Bath Salts. They went with ADT. The 2-2 pitch is swung on and fouled away again.
I gotta go. We've got cows.
Bell is hitting just 100 when he's got 2 strikes on him. And there's a check swing. He did not go, and the count has gone full. All right, Brian, but hang in there, buddy. Long way to go. Neither pitcher's looking good. This might be one of those knockdown, drag-out wars where nobody's pitching well. We're just going to have to outslug. As this one is drilled into right field. A base hit. Josh Bell with a long at-bat, and it ends with a leadoff single. So there you go. I mean, Albert Suarez doesn't have it. That other guy doesn't have it. It's more about which offense is going to execute better with the opportunities provided. And so far, the Marlins have done a better job than us. But again, we're early. We're in the 3rd inning. We got a long way to go here in a 1-run ball game. All right, here's Sanchez. He hit that home run on the first pitch he saw, first time up. That was just an inning ago. Up here for the second time in as many innings. The 1-0 pitch is on the outside corner at the knees for a strike. 1-1 the count. Yeah, if Suarez gets into more trouble here, you got to warm somebody up. This pitch is low and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. I understand why not the quick hook yet. But against a team like this, a bad 4 spot, you want to try to send him out there and see if he can give you some clean innings. This pitch is This pitch hits the outside corner for called strike 2. 2-2 the count. Good news is a lot of our bullpen should be nice and rested. This pitch is hit on the ground up the middle, and wow, both Oriole middle infielders have collided, and Mateo appears to have gotten the worst of it. It's going to be an infield single as Gunnar Henderson and Jorge Mateo collide on a ground ball, and Mateo is grabbing his left elbow. Oh, boy. He is holding it almost as if it's been completely dislocated. I mean, his arm is just dangling there. I think it's dislocated. Oh, my goodness. Folks, Mateo is crouching. He's in serious pain. The trainer is addressing it right now. Here you see the collision. And that left elbow going in. Oh, my. Look at it getting turned. Oh, my God. Mateo is done. Oh, his elbow got completely turned around. Oh, what a horrible injury. Oh, my goodness. You can't work that out. He's done. His arm got completely turned around like somebody's neck in The Exorcist, folks. And he is now on his back. Folks, we've just lost Mateo for some amount of time. You can see his elbow. You can see the swelling. You can see how it doesn't look normal. It's not. Oh my goodness, what a terrible injury for Mateo. He is still hunched over as he stands up. Oh my goodness. He's going to be out of action for some time, folks. Could be the rest of the season, to be honest with you. Ramon Urias has come into the ball game. He will play third base with Westberg shifting over to second. Oh, my God, that one replay they showed, I hope I never see it again. I mean, folks, it's right up there with watching Joe Theismann's lower leg injury. Okay, it ain't that bad, but it's up there. It's one of the more tough to watch injuries I've seen. And I've been covering sports injuries as a profession for quite some time. Mainly soccer, but still. Hey, Zachary, good to see you, buddy. I wish it was under better circumstances, but thanks for the super chat, my friend. We're about to get underway here again. Nobody out in the inning. Runners at first and second. Zachary says, so you're saying that's not going to buff out? No, Zachary, I'm afraid not. No amount of calamine lotion or anything is going to... There's no salve. There's no balm. It's just going to be some time on the shelf for Mateo. But hey, Zachary, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thanks for helping support the channel. It really does mean a lot. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And this one's fouled off the leg of Otto Lopez. And now he's bouncing around out there. 0-2 on Lopez. Yeah, Ram Dog, I was going to eventually get to that. I was just trying to be a little bit sensitive about it all. I didn't want to immediately go, well, there you go. That opens the door for Jackson Holliday. But in reality, that's exactly what that does. It opens up the door for Jackson Holliday. He was back not only playing again after an injury layoff, but also he started off just DHing. Wasn't quite fully fit to play in the field, but now he's playing in the field again. I don't know if he's ready to get called up tomorrow. We could see Connor Norby. If I had to guess, I would say Connor Norby is going to get called up tomorrow. And then a chance for Holiday to come up maybe a week to 10 days after that to replace Norby. That would be my best guess. And, of course, all this trade stuff has to be worked out as well. 0-2 the count on Lopez. The pitch is up and away for ball one. It is 4-3 Marlins, folks, if you're just tuning in. We're in the bottom of the third inning. It has been a pretty wild affair so far. Marlins with the one-run lead, 2 men on, nobody out. And a 1-2 pitch to Otto Lopez is outside for ball two. Can Jackson Holiday be the extreme? Look, Elgood, you're going to rue the day when he messed with Holiday. This pitch is low for ball three. Come on, Albert. Where's the command, buddy? This is Otto Lopez, all right? It's not Javi Lopez. Boy, I see Edwards on deck, but if you squint, his name looks like Cowards. This one's lined off of Suarez's leg and will roll all the way into third base foul ground for a second straight infield hit. My goodness. First, the hit that caused the Mateo injury, a collision. And here comes the trainer again for who? What is going on in this ball game tonight? Oh, maybe to look at Albert after getting that ball off the leg. My goodness. It is dangerous to be out there tonight. That ball was hit 102 miles an hour off the bat, straight off the lower leg of Albert Suarez. And they're taking him out of the ball game. Good God. 2 of our players have not been able to make it out of this inning. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. And Brandon Hyde is looking around going, what else can go wrong? Keegan Aiken is going to come out in relief. Which tells me that we're eyeing Cole Irvin to rejoin the rotation. I mean, if Cole Irvin was our long reliever, you have to think he isn't anymore. I mean, when you have an injury situation like this, any pitcher, even a usual starter that needs a little more time to get loose, they are allowed to get loose for as long as they need. So really, Brandon Hyde had his pick of the litter here, but he opts to go with Keegan Aiken, which tells me that Cole Irvin is probably back into, we need Scooble. Rob, are you ready for Scooble yet? Are you ready? Hey, by the way, the Rockies edged the Red Sox. This is probably not the right place to look. What do I want to find? What information did I want to find here? Thank you, Rob. I've finally gotten Rob to roll over. Rob, we got to go out there and get, a top arm. Like, I get it. It's like, all right, we get an arm that isn't as, elite, and then maybe he can still give us elite-like production, and we don't have to pay as much to get him. But, man, we're talking about a guy that can give you not only a shutdown performance multiple times this postseason, but for next postseason and the postseason after that. Not to mention giving you 32 starts a year, being at the top of the league and stuff like whip and hard hit rate and I mean, the guy his analytics, everything is in 95 percentile or higher with this guy. Believe me, folks. Believe me. Look, just to let you guys know that I'm not like, oh, I see a pitcher with a sexy name. I want him now. Because you know who the pitcher with the sexy name was before Scooble entered the conversation? The sexy name was Garrett Crochet. And my initial take since that initial take has stayed the same. I don't want anything to do with Garrett Crochet. I don't want to give up a bag of balls for Garrett Crochet. I honestly don't. So please, when I'm talking about making a trade for Scooble, it's not like, oh, I'm just ready to make any deal I can make. No. What I see in Scooble is something that is just, there's only a handful of pitchers of that caliber out there. And if you have a way to acquire one and do it by giving up pieces where, yeah, a couple of them are very talented, but they need to be talented. That's how you get the talent back. But you're talking about talent that you're getting rid of for positions that you already have an adequate, if not better, player to play that position. Okay, Xavier Edwards at the plate. 0-1 pitch is fouled back, and the count is 0-2. Folks, I'm locked back in. We have the bases loaded, and by we, I mean the Marlins do, with nobody out. Xavier Edwards, the shortstop, is at the plate with an 0-2 count. Keegan Aiken on the mound, and the next pitch is high for ball one. Let's bring it back down over here. The Yanks are winning in the third. It's Yankees-Mets, right? You got a score on that, Rob? 1-2 the count on Edwards. I don't know, Jack. This pitch is up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aiken has got to come with something in the zone here on a 2-2 pitch. You do not want the count to go full here. You do not want the count to go full here. The pitch is lifted into the air, center field. This will get a run in. Mullins camps under it, makes the catch, throws it back in. Josh Bell will tag and score. Runner at second moves up to third. The Marlins now lead at 5-3. Only 1 out in the inning, and runners still at first and third. Still a long way to go to get out of this latest barrage from the Marlins. Nick Gordon is the next hitter. Left-handed hitter. He's already got a hit tonight. He's already driven in a run. First and third, 1 out. A double play ball would be ideal, but Gordon's got a lot of speed. Not an easy man to double up. First pitch to him is over the plate but low for ball one. Marlins 5, Orioles 3 in the bottom of the third. Albert Suarez has already been knocked out of the game. Keegan Aiken on in relief. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed on a pitch low. Evens up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. If we lose tonight and the Yankees win tonight, they're not back in first place. We're still ahead. On both percentage points, the loss column, and head-to-head. We're ahead. Folks, right now, if we're tied with the Yankees, we're still ahead, which is why I keep telling people. We're actually 1 game farther ahead than whatever you're looking at on paper because of, again, the loss column, the head-to-head. 1-2 pitch is hit on the ground to first. Mountcastle is going to tag the bag, and that's all you'll be able to get right there at first. Another run comes in to score. Mountie looked like he might have had some options. Sanchez, the third base runner, with pretty good speed, able to get down the line. And that will go as an RBI ground out. It is now 6-3 Marlins. We are back to being down by 3 runs again. That's right, Rob. That is correct. In the final week of the series, we play 3 games in the Bronx. As long as we win one of those 3 games, we will have clinched the season series, which means that's a tiebreaker. So again, I'm assuming we're going to take 1 out of 3. Here's the 1-0 to the other Sanchez in the lineup, Ali Sanchez. He laid down that sac bunt his first time up. This is not a situation to do that. There are 2 down and a runner at second base, and Sanchez now has a 2-0 count. Jazz Chisholm is on deck. Chisholm, if we can't get Sanchez here, is going to be up for a 3rd time in as many innings. A reminder, this Marlins offense is ranked near the bottom in just about every category, as this pitch is a called strike up and in. on a 3-0 pitch. That was not a good call by the ump. That was one of those, okay, Mr. Pitcher, you're down 3-0. You're trying to get one over. I'll give it to you, but that was ball 4. And now Sanchez, the hitter, asks for time as he tries to come to grips with the fact that the walk that he rightfully earned was taken from him from a bad umpire call. 2 down, 3-1 pitch coming to Ali Sanchez. There's a pitch at the top of the zone. Called a strike. 86 miles an hour. What was that from Aiken? Didn't have a whole lot of movement on it. If that was a changeup, that's a dangerous spot. Now he goes back upstairs with the heater. Add 10 miles an hour to that pitch, and now he gets the strike out of Sanchez to win the inning. But the Marlins come back and score a couple of runs to basically, erase the 2 runs that we scored in the top half of the inning. So we're back to a 3-run lead for Miami as we go to the 4th. It's the Marlins 6 and the Orioles 3. My goodness. Sometimes I feel... Oh, I'll stop right there. Oh, stop right there. Stop right there, BW. You just stop right there. I got a feeling we're going to get it back. I got a feeling. Here's my final score. Orioles 11, Marlins 8. I tell you this, we got to be able to at least have a tie game or have the lead going into the 9th because Tanner Scott is the only other good player these Marlins got. It's kind of like playing Oakland. You're fine as long as there's no reason for Mason Miller to get into the ball game. I say that. We split the series on the season with Oakland, 3 games apiece? They took 2 out of 3 in Baltimore. We took 2 out of 3 in Oakland. Chicken Wrangler, you doing okay? It appears you've showed up. I've never seen you before, and you've already had 5 of your comments deleted. You know, without a whole lot of other evidence, I would have to deduce that you're being a bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe a bit of a pest? I don't know. Here we go, top of the 4th. Said Mullins to lead it off, and he takes a pitch low for ball 1. All right, it's time to knock this Tyler kid, Kyle Tyler. Time to knock this kid out of the ball game. Well, Jack is saying truth, but I don't even know what the truth is. 1-1 the count on Mullins. The pitch is hit on the ground, foul off to the right. Well, perhaps Chicken Wrangler had said something that just doesn't jive with the rules of chat, but maybe if somebody could, I don't know, give a synopsis of what he was saying, using language that is appropriate or what have you. I'd like to know what, I'd like to know. This one is fouled back by Mullins. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well said, now you know what to do.
Come on, Sed. You know what to do. Get on base. We need base runners. This one is pop foul behind the plate. Jack's saying he's not crying if we lose certain players. Well, I trust in Mike Elias. I don't want to know. Okay. Politics and overtly sexual in his political comments. Swing and a miss. Mullins goes down swinging for out number 1. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. Again, for trolls out there, let me give you a tip. I feel so bad for trolls that don't understand how it works. The best thing to do to have any real effectiveness is to come in and act normal. Establish some sort of relationship with the people around in a given forum. And then maybe a week or two down the line, you just start trolling out of nowhere. Then people are going to be a lot more like, huh. As Ramon Arias fouls one behind the plate. He's got a 1-1 count here with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 4th. But if you come in immediately as a troll and start saying troll things, your lifespan is that of a fruit fly. You've got seconds to make an impact. Go for the long con. That's what I'm trying to give you trolls out there a lesson or two on how to do it right. All right, 1-2 on Arias after a foul ball. Next pitch is swung on and missed, a breaking ball. And that's the second strikeout of the inning here for Tyler, who has suddenly found a groove here. Yeah, that's why I bring up fruit fly, because, you know, they're sort of notoriously known for a short lifespan. But thank you for the science update, the man. The man, your observation is flat. Gunnar Henderson at the plate, 1-0 the count, with 2 down in the inning, bases empty. Whoa, a big jump in subscribers. This one's a ground ball to short, and that'll do it. Gunnar is retired quickly. And so are the Orioles. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Both teams have 8 hits, but the Marlins have twice as many runs. It is 6-3 Miami. Yeah, game 100, folks. Game 100. You know what we've done today?
Baltimore, you are seeing history being made today.
That's right. There's no turning back now. This isn't some, fun little hobby to, have something to do while I'm waiting for something else. No, this is it. This is the one. $100. Have I missed a game, folks? Folks, if you only knew the sort of medical stuff that I had to deal with on a daily basis, you never will know. Even if I were to explain it to you, it's impossible. It's impossible. Does anybody out there have trigeminal neuralgia? Anybody at all? Because then I can talk to you. Otherwise, you'll just have to take my word for it. It's a daily struggle. It's part of the reasons why I call games better in the morning than I do at night. In the morning, I'm awake. My medication is working. My face is acting normal. But as the day wears on, it just starts to get worse and worse. And by the time at night, I'm normally just a mess. But anyway, why am I talking about this? I don't know. See, Card knows what it is. You know what? I was talking about a way to celebrate calling my 100th game for the channel here, as Jazz Chisholm is up again. And he swings and misses at Aiken's first pitch at the bottom of the zone. 0-1 the count. You know, I was thinking, I could maybe between innings play some of the highlight clips from some of my past calls during the season. Maybe I'll do that in the next half inning as this pitch is fouled back. 0-2 on Chisholm. But the more I think about it, if there's anything I'd like for BW's 100th call. I guess it would be just to spread awareness for the condition known as trigeminal neuralgia. There needs to be more awareness about the condition. And folks, I can tell you firsthand, it's something that used to be extremely rare and has become less and less rare over the past generation or so. Jazz Chisholm takes off the plate outside for ball one. 1 ball, 2 strikes, leading off the bottom of the fourth. And this one is lifted into center field. Mullins backs up a couple of steps, but he's right there to make the catch. 1 out. And the pesky Jazz Chisholm retired. Folks, we're just a few days away from heading back home. And remember, on July 28th, the Adley Rutschman Switch Hitter Bobblehead Day, 25,000 fans. Will you get the left-handed hitting Adley? Will you get the right-handed hitting Adley? Now, this is interesting. Aiken is being lifted right here in the bottom of the fourth with 1 out, with the bases empty. And are we going to Birch? Looks like Birch Smith is going to come out the pitch. Wait. What is our pitching? What are we looking like here? It looks like Cole Irvin is back in the rotation for now. Now, he doesn't have to pitch necessarily. This is what I needed to look up. This is what I wanted to look up. Let's go on over to the ESPN page for a minute and see if they've got probable starters named for the Orioles coming up for the remainder of this series and the next. Because as of last night, there were no names beyond Dean Kramer tomorrow. Or no, there's nobody tomorrow. It's an empty spot. So I guess it's going to be Cole Irvin because we're not trying to use him tonight. But again, we could be using Burns tomorrow. Burns pitched the Friday night game, folks. Are you with me? Burns pitched on Friday. That means you got 4 days to rest. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then this game, Tuesday. He should be available for tomorrow's game. And Grayson the same. He should be available for the Thursday game. Yeah, I know, Jack. I'm looking at it. What I'm saying is it's already been discussed on my channel. I just don't understand why. I don't understand why they don't do it that way. We're sitting here trying to get a patchwork rotation together, buying some time to see if we can add another arm through a trade. I mean, Cole Irvin has to start tomorrow. If he's not in this game now, then what the hell is he supposed to do? Nobody's announced for tomorrow. But it could have been Burns, and Irvin could have been long relief tonight. Here is a ground ball foul by De La Cruz. Whoops, I didn't mean to go here. I meant to go back to where we were, which was here. Okay. Well, 0-1 the count on De La Cruz. And there's a swing and a miss on a pitch up and in. No balls and 2 strikes. Jack has a good statistic he's not sharing. Well, hey. This one is off the plate outside. What did you read? What did you read, Jack? I don't know what you're talking about. Again, I just brought up the page. I'm showing you the probable starters. I know what they've got listed. The question I'm asking is, why? This pitch is off the plate outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on De La Cruz. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth. 6-3 Miami over the Orioles. First game of a 3-game series here in southern Florida. Here's a ground ball to short. Gunner should have an easy play, and he does. 2 down. Your app says McDermott. Yeah, I'm saying you can buy yourself a couple of extra days by just allowing Burns and Grayson to pitch on normal rest and have them start the next 2 games after tonight. That would be my play. McDermott, that's probably our second. That's our second prospect starter behind Povich. And McDermott is also a potential trade piece. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a prospect behind him. Jake Berger at the plate. He's got an 0-1 count. 2 down, bases empty. Next pitch is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. This one's hit on the ground. Third base side, foul. 1-2 the count on Berger. Well, Jack, I really thought Scherzer was a good target for a rental, but after seeing him only able to go 2 innings against us, that definitely put the brakes on. I don't know. He's got another start to make before the end of the deadline. See how he looks. That would be my rental option of choice if I thought that I felt good about him, but I didn't feel good after that last start. This one's hit hard by Berger in the left. Man, every ball he hits is hard. It's going to send Colton Cowser all the way to the track in left field, but he makes the catch, and the inning is over. So, Birch Smith comes in and gets out of this inning without any problems. We're going to head on now to the 5th inning. Is that where we are? We're going to the 5th, 6-3 Miami. Haney is underrated. Jack, I mean, we just watched him pitch. I understand he beat us. He was effective against us, but I blame more of our plate approach than I do effectiveness on his part. His command didn't look very good at all to me. He looks very hittable. But he's one of those sort of softer tossing lefties that can give lineups problems. He's like a human changeup. You know what I'm talking about? Like a Jamie Moyer type. Kill you with slow versus slower. Yeah, he carved us up, Jack. But again, I'm putting more of the emphasis on our plate approach than his ability to blow us away. You know, we've had other pitchers like that during the season. I remember I can't remember the guy's name. There was a Royals pitcher, lefty. Can't remember his name. He hasn't gone on to do much, but against us, he was shutting us down for like 5-6 innings. And I'm watching him, and I'm like, this guy's stuff is not that good. It was us. If you're an aggressive hitting team and you face a pitcher that is known to be a soft tosser, sometimes that soft tossing can be the perfect weapon to use against a team that's a little too aggressive. Let's put it this way. If I wake up tomorrow and we've traded for Andrew Haney, I give up. Adley Rutschman at the plate, top of the 5th. First pitch is a called strike. Come on, Adley. Let's go.
Let the clutch out gently, okay?
Povich got sent back down to AAA, Vernon. That happened it's been a while now. This one's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Adley has reached base both times he's been up tonight, a single and a walk, and he's scored 2 of the Orioles' 3 runs. We need him to start another rally right here and right now. The pitch is swung on and missed. A breaking ball that had a big drop, low and in. Count as a ball and 2 strikes. Man, Zach Greinke was a fun guy to watch, wasn't he? I loved all the quirky things you got with a Zach Greinke. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball hit back up the middle, and it's going to be fielded by the shortstop. Rutschman's going to be retired. 6-3 on a ground ball to Xavier Edwards. I think that's only part of the story, Brian. I also think that he got rocked. Povich made what, 5 or 6 starts? One of them was great. Another one was pretty good, but the rest were not good. And they weren't good because of just a bad day. There was a complete lack of command. And that's stuff as a young pitcher you got to work on. And the team that we are, with the goals we've got set, I don't really want to waste time trying to work out a young arm at the show. I want to get it developed in AAA until he's ready. Santander's at the plate, folks. 1-1 the count with 1 out. Nobody on base. I don't see any taters in the chat, so I don't know how this at-bat's going to work out. That's a called strike 2.
That's not a tater tot, that's a tater giant.
McDermott bats left. Well, it doesn't really matter because he's a pitcher. I don't think you're going to see too many offensive stats from McDermott. This pitch is high. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Anthony Santander. And the 2-2 is fouled back. We'll do it again. Tyler is trying to complete 5 innings, but he's most certainly near the end of his rope here on 89 pitches. Again, he has only gone as many as 5 innings once, and that was only 5 1/3 as Santander fouls a breaking ball away. A protective swing on a pitch low and outside. Still 2-2 on Tony. The next Otani. Oh, right, because of all the hitting. Excuse me. 2-2 on Santander. Come on, Tony. 1 out, nobody on. And the pitch is, a high fastball. Probably would have been ball 4. Tony went after it. Close enough to not let it go by, and he does get a piece, fouls it away. Still 2-2. And I'm not sure Tyler is going to be able to get through 5. Tony can keep fighting off these pitches. This will be number 92. Swing and a miss on a pitch up and away. 2 down in the inning. Hey there, Mark in Jacksonville. Welcome in, my friend. Appreciate it. Are you a Marlins fan or Orioles fan? Neutral fan? Oh, I get you, Brian. I just feel like I feel like with the days off that we have post All-Star break, I mean, we just had the one between the Rangers series and this one, and I think there's another one coming up next Monday as well. It just feels like we might be able to patch together a 4-man rotation while we bide time to get that 5th arm in through a trade. That's why I think I would rather do it that way. Get Cole Irvin in there with a spot start rather than bring Povich back up again, then go out and get an arm only to send Povich back down. Here's a line drive base hit into right field by Ryan O'Hearn. O'Hearn is on base, his 2nd hit of the ball game. Hey, there's something. That was 103 miles an hour off the bat. A solid stroke in the right. We need a little bit of magic here with 2 down. 2 out magic, anybody? Jordan Westberg. Oh, that's it. Tyler's not going to be able. Oh, that is so tough. Tyler with 1 out to go to qualify for the win. If he had gotten Ryan O'Hearn, he would have been sitting there with a chance to have a win. Instead, he is removed with 1 out short. He cannot qualify. The Marlins are going to the pen. And we will have a commercial break here. taking a beating. No! No! Ugh. You gotta be kidding me. Folks, just want to put it out there. When I give my opinions on stuff, I'm not the smartest guy out there. They are just opinions. And to prove to you that I'm not the smartest guy out there, I've got one piece of Orioles merch. It's a poster. And, yeah, I decided, let me just go ahead and put it up right underneath my air conditioning unit. That way, when it starts to leak, it can ruin the poster. So, look, I'm an idiot in a lot of ways. Particularly when it comes to taking care of myself. There's only two things that I can attest that I believe to be knowledgeable of at maybe a higher than average level. One is Tetris, and the other is baseball. That's it. That's all I got. Anybody want to bring up any other topic? You got me. Brian Hoeing, a right-hander, is now on in relief for the Marlins, making his 15th appearance, ERA of 3.04. And the first pitch, Westberg grounds to third. They go to second for the force, and the inning is just like that, over. This game is halfway through. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Marlins 6, Orioles 3. The Orioles have out-hit the Marlins 9-8. Where are the runs? Uh-oh. Did I hit that again? There we go. All right. I tell you what. Let's look at some out-of-town scores, shall we? Shall we? At the end of 7, the Cardinals holding on to a 1-0 lead over the Pirates in a very testy NL Central matchup between a couple of wild card chasing teams there. Guardians, who have been slipping lately, well, they've got a 2-run lead on the Tigers tonight. That's in the bottom of the 6th, 4-2. Padres up 3-0 on the Nationals, top of the 8th. Yankees holding on to that 1-0 lead on the Mets. That's now in the 5th. Going into the 5th, the Rays also with a 1-0 lead. That's over the Blue Jays. No score between the Braves and Reds. Actually, that game is currently in a delay. It may not have started. Bottom of the 3rd, Phillies Twins scoreless. Rangers 2-0 over the White Sox. That's early on. Brewers and Cubs are also in a delay. Just getting started. The Diamondbacks have put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st to take a 3-0 lead on Kansas City. Coming up in about 10 minutes, Rockies and Red Sox. And then about an hour after that, you've got Athletics and Astros, Mariners and Angels, and, a classic matchup. L.A. and San Francisco, Dodgers Giants, coming up at 10:10 p.m. Eastern. Again, after this trip, we head back home to take on the San Diego Padres. And then I believe after that it's a... who do we have at home after the Padres? Because I believe right after that we hit the road to play Cleveland. Josh Bell is up here in the bottom of the 5th for the Marlins. First pitch from Birch Smith is high for ball 1. Head back on over here. Oh, and let me take that music down. Sorry about that. 1-0 pitch is off the plate outside. 2-0. Bell 1 for 2 so far today. He's scored a run. Most of the Marlins lineup has done something already tonight through the first 4 innings at the plate. This pitch is off the plate. 3-0 the count. Activity for Miami in their bullpen. Nardi, the lefty, getting loose. 3-0 to Bell. Is line base hit into right field. Josh Bell given the green light on 3-0 and lines one in the right for a leadoff single. All right. Who's got a doubleheader on Monday? I love a good doubleheader. Jesus Sanchez looks at a breaking ball that clips the top of the zone for a called strike. Sanchez, a home run, also a single. He's scored twice. Oh, 1 pitch is on the outside edge, called strike 2. Smith gets ahead of Sanchez. Hey, there's some Oriole fans in the Miami crowd. I see one bald gentleman in the very front row, just over the head of the batter right now, wearing a big, giant Orioles logo black shirt. Looks like he's got a friend next to him with the same shirt on. Oh, look at that. They've got an injury lawyer advertisement on their outfield wall. Classy. Very classy. 1-2 the count on Jesus Sanchez. Pitch. Whoa, that ball got away from Smith, up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6-3 Marlins in the bottom of the 5th. Runner at first, nobody out. The 2-2 to Sanchez is upstairs, and he went after it. Strike 3. Hey, now.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Jesus Sanchez goes after a pitch neck high and strikes out. That'll bring up Otto Lopez. Lopez has had a couple of hits tonight. He looks at a fastball high, and the count is 1-0. He's also stolen a base. I'm sorry again. What is the doubleheader on Monday? What's the matchup? Who are the teams you're talking about? I'm curious. Hello, Chilo. Oh, Chilo showed up. How you doing, Chilo? 1-1 the count on who's up? Otto Lopez. Runner at first and 1 out. Birch Smith's next pitch is fouled off to the right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Us versus the Blue Jays. Monday, like which Monday? Oh, because there was that rain out. So, okay, so we play San Diego, and then we play 4 games against the Blue Jays, including a doubleheader? Wait a minute. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, Saturday. Swing and a miss. Birch Smith strikes out Otto Lopez.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
That was 96 from Smith, and that was a rising fastball. It just kept going up. A really effective pitch. Man, I like that pitch from Birch. 2 down. Runner at first for Xavier Edwards. And this is a fastball above the zone for ball 1. I got to look at this schedule. Because if I got this right, we're starting a series with the Padres. Oh, so the first game. So it'd be the first game of the series would be the doubleheader? There's a called strike. Okay, so if we have a doubleheader coming up, then we do have some things to think about with our starting pitching. We probably do have to call somebody up to make a spot start or something. 1-1 the count on Edwards. Sorry about that, folks. About my lack of understanding about the doubleheader. And again, that's got my brain, the cylinders are spinning right now. Thinking, okay, well, how do we handle that with our pitching? I think maybe we do give McDermott a shot for 1 start. See what he's got. 1-1 pitch is in there, called strike 2. Birch Smith. I'm starting to take a shine to this guy. Start Kimmy. Why not? A 9-inning save? Let's go. In there, called strike 3.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
And unless I'm wrong, my boy Birch Smith just struck out the side. Is that what happened? Is that what my eyes just done seen? Edwards struck out. Lopez struck out. Sanchez struck out. Birch Smith. Might be time to turn this guy into the 8th inning guy. I don't know. I want to see him in more high leverage situations. I'm liking the cut of Birch's jib. How you doing out there, Baltimore? Let's check in with Scarface. It's been a while.
Where you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
Ooh, ha. Once again, folks, my interaction with ladies every time I go out dancing.
Where you from?
Baltimore.
What?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? What's that?
Look, it doesn't really matter, all right?
Ooh, ha. Oh, boy.
This being Baltimore and all.
Hey, Matt, what a great, innovative idea that would get you fired before the game was even over as the manager.
You're from Baltimore, huh?
We almost did that, Matt, in the second game of the playoffs last year against the Rangers after Grayson got knocked out. No, we didn't bring in starters, but Brandon Hyde's innovative move that I've never seen before was to be like, well, even though we've got guys like Kyle Gibson or Jack Flaherty we could bring out like immediately as a long man, I'm just going to start bringing out middle relievers one inning after the next all the way through to the end of the ball game. Never seen that before in my life, and I watched it once, and I was not happy with the results. Andrew Nardi is on to face Colton Cowser to begin the top of the 6th, and the first pitch to Cowser is a little bit high and outside for ball 1. Cowser, folks. You heard of him? 1 for 2 with an RBI single tonight. Next pitch is hit in the air left side and out of play. Cowser with that hustle RBI beating out a would-be play at first on a flip to the pitcher covering. There's a called strike on the outside corner from Nardi. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, I don't want anything given away up here again. Give it away now. Hey, the Mets have tied up the Yanks at 1. And Cowser fouls this one straight back behind the plate. Ball rolls back up to the batting circle. 1-2 the count. Cowser leading it off here in the top of the 6th. The Orioles need some rallies here. A swing and a miss on a pitch that broke off the outside. And Cowser strikes out. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And folks, with Tanner Scott, again, that is a tough closer. Arguably the most, I don't know, I think he's worth more than Jazz Chisholm, to be honest. As this pitch is called a strike on the outside to Ryan Mountcastle. Come on with that call. That was 4 inches off the plate.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Mountie is 2 for 2 tonight.
Okay, mount up.
The 0-1 pitch is up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, is this one of these fine folk that introduces themselves for the first time to point out to the people who are watching a game that, yes, indeed, in a 162-game season, the Orioles are currently not winning a ball game. I don't believe it, Jonathan. I don't know how I'm going to handle it. I might need therapy. But thank you for letting me know that. That is weird, wild stuff. 1-2 the count on Ryan Mountcastle. Base is empty, 1 down. This pitch is hit in the air, right center. And, wow, Sanchez and Chisholm nearly colliding. Sanchez makes the catch for the second out here in the top of the 6th. Hey, by the way, Jonathan, I got a report for you. The sky, hold on. Let me check. Yeah, the sky is blue. So, just more inside info. As said Mullins fouls the first pitch away. 0-1 the count. Mullins is 1 for 2 tonight. Next pitch is a check swing, the appeal, and they say he went. Boy, I'd like to see a side view. That was such a weak, half-hearted check swing. But they say he went, and the count is 0-2 on Mullins. I'll just go ahead and say it again.
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Hey, it can still be blue even though it's falling. This pitch is up and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's over. All right. Thanks for the update. I'm still breathing. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and Mullins is down on strikes. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Marlins 6, Orioles 3. Eight, 9, and 1 due up for the Marlins. Let's see. So far, we've left 5 men on base. They've left 4. Gunnar left runner in scoring position with 2 down. Man, he did that in that 0 for 5 the other night as well. Tough to watch Gunnar leave men left out there on base. Come on, Gunnar. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Gunna got a gunna. And then we're sitting here worried about Mateo. Man, that's the worst part of it all. I mean, folks, there might be some kind of update on Twitter. Excuse me. My voice is shot. I'm going to maybe go to like Rock Kabatko's Twitter page. He might have an update on this. All right, so it was 5 hours ago. Excuse me. I apologize. It was 5 hours ago that he tweeted out the Orioles' next 2 probable starters to be determined, and then Corbin Burns in the 3rd game of this. I just, why? I want to know why. I want to know why Burns just doesn't pitch. If we don't have a guy, if we're sitting there figuring out what to do with the guy, just push that problem a couple of days down the road. We can buy some time. Burns be pitching on normal rest. Pitch him tomorrow. Why? Tell me why. We should save Corbin for San Diego. Well, yeah, you should save him for everything. Make him pitch as many games as possible. We got him for 1 year. He may not re-sign with us. Work his ass off. All right, Vinny Natoli. Hey, Vinny Natoli is in the pitch to bottom of the 6th, huh? Nick Gordon is at the plate, and he looks at a pitch inside for ball 1. Hey, Natoli, he's this guy, you know. We picked him up. He's made a couple of appearances. He's looked pretty good. This one's popped up. Third base side, foul ground. Urias makes the catch Just a step or two from the padded wall there for an easy first out for, hey, Vinny Natoli, huh? We made a call to the bullpen. Hey, yeah. Let me get a large calzone. All right, here's Ali Sanchez at the plate. And a swing and a foul ball. A tapper right there at the plate. 0-1 the count. Hey, come on, Vinny, huh? Gabagoo. So, Vinny, you mean to tell me you're able to cook grits in 5 minutes when it takes the entire grit-eating population 25 minutes to make grits? Is that what you're telling me, Vinny? 0-1 the count on Sanchez. The pitch swung on and missed on a pitch up and in. 0-2. 1 out, bases empty, bottom of the 6th. 6-3, Miami. Are you sure? This one's up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I was told that it is not normal for that train to roll through here at 5 a.m. Well, sir, no, it's not normal. She usually rolls in 4:15. As Sanchez fouls one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Hey, give me a pizza with nothing. All right? This pitch is low and away, only just. That was a nice pitch from Natoli. Between inducing a swing or getting a call, but neither happens. Instead, it's ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that pitch, where'd that miss? Come on, he hit the bottom of the corner on the outside. Now he hits the top of the corner on the outside. Ump doesn't give him either call. Have you seen how he's been pitching?
Why don't you wake up and smell what you shoveling?
Give him credit for hitting the corners. Ump. That's twice. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Hey, Vinny, strike him out anyway, huh? Yeah, huh?
Well, y'all come back now, you hear? Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
Yeah, sit down, paisan. Yeah, go get yourself some ziti, huh? Who's the next guy? Hey, who's the next friggin' guy? Jazz, huh? Let's go, Jazz. What you got, huh? Popped up. In foul ground, out of play. Hey, I'm liking Vinny, huh? Natoli. The 0-1 pitch is low to Jazz. A 1 ball, 1 strike. Jazz. Who listens to frickin' jazz, huh? Sinatra. That's it. It begins and ends with Frankie. All right? The 1-1 pitch is swung on and fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Natoli. 1 strike away from getting out of the 6th. It's almost like we've got some decent relievers, but we could sure use another starter. The 1-2 pitch is high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing, eh? Bada, 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 swing, bada. This one's fouled off to the right. Kennedy, 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 swing, bada. Okay, so split the difference. My God. You have to go and get the accurate grit time amount. I can't just make a reference and you roll with it, the man. Your researching is flat. The 2-2 pitch is fouled away. Still 2-2 on Jazz Chisholm. Hey, you know what I like? What are these, magic grits? I think Hyde, I don't know. This one's lined up the middle, a base hit for Jazz. Man, oh man. This dude is begging for a team like the Yankees to come bring him, save him from this team, and put him on a contender. That's how he's playing right now. He's playing to get the hell out of town. Expect Chisholm to steal. Or at least attempt to. With a 3-run lead, 2 down, De La Cruz at the plate, who's 0 for 3 tonight. 2 of those 3 outs via strikeout. And Chisholm on the first pitch goes, and he's in there. Stolen base. Hey, it's almost as if I knew that would happen or something. Hey, what am I, a frickin' fortune teller here? Something. What am I, Kruskin? Wait, what is this? Voodoo magic? What do I know, huh? Hey. Chisholm's at second base, 2 down. It's 6-3 Marlins. 0-1 pitch to De La Cruz. Wait, they throw back on Chisholm. He's in there with a slide. Not a bad move there by Natoli. Hey, I can even pick you off if I'm in the mood. I tell you what, if Natoli had timed that throw about half a second earlier, Chisholm was already dancing his way back to second when he made that throw. But there was a split second earlier where had he thrown that same pickoff attempt, he would have nailed him. Swing and a miss on a pitch up and in on De La Cruz. Count 0-2. Put him away. I mean, everybody else in this lineup is doing something. Even the number 9 hitter laid down a sac bunt to move runners up to second and third. De La Cruz has yet to do anything. Put him away, Vinny. The pitch. Swung on and hit in the air. Left field, and Kalzer's calling off Mullins in left center. He makes the catch. Hey, Vinny. Huh? Hey, you got through the inning, huh? We go to the 7th. It is 6-3 Marlins. Hey, I'm smart. I'm smart. I'm telling you, I'm smart. What is that from? There's like an Italian movie, or maybe it's a Sopranos episode. I don't know, but there's definitely, I can't remember the scene, but somebody, yeah, I'm smart. Oh, is it The Godfather? Is it Sonny or whatever? I'm getting passed over here. I'm smart. Yeah, it's The Godfather, of course. I'm smart. Yeah, Fredo getting passed over. Hey, by the way, what was the name of that actor? He was like legendary for being in like 6 of the like best movies ever made, and then unfortunately died young. Same guy that was in Godfather, Deer Hunter, Dog Day Afternoon. What else? Couple of others. John Cazal. Thank you. Thank you, Bart. Man, Charm City chat, I tell you what, collectively, we make one really good brain, don't we? Oh, no, the Guardians have taken a lead on the Tigers now. It's 5-4 Cleveland in the top of the 8th. All right. Sal Mineo. Oh, is that? I got it wrong? Oh, he was in the conversation, too. Oh, that's right. The conversation, Gene Hackman. Man, what a... I mean, to those who study and appreciate film history, or, you know, are over the age of 50 or whatever, I'm sure are very familiar with the conversation, but I'm telling you right now, at this point, the majority of people have never even heard of that movie. A.J. Puck is on the mound, left-hander, big man. And that first pitch to Ramon Arias is high for ball one. This is a big dude. Arias is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He came on to replace Mateo, who, that's why I went to Twitter. I went to Twitter to look for some Mateo updates. That pitch is in there for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Chile, I brought it up. There's a called strike 2 to Arias. I brought it up, Jonathan. Like, do you got anything else, dude? Like, normally we would just like be like, well, just kick this guy out. He's just here to just be a nuisance. But I mean, is that really all you got? 2-2 the count. Because this is sad, man. This might be one of the sadder troll attempts I've seen in quite some time. 2-2 the count on Arias. Base is empty. This pitch is swung on and missed. Ramon goes down on strikes. A.J. Puck. This guy's got to be at least 6'5". Hey, what, you don't like it? Hey, you don't like it?
Hit the bricks, pal. You're done.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Gunnar Henderson is at the plate. First pitch to him is a called strike on the inside edge.
His name's Gunnar and he's dating my mom.
Henderson is due 0 for 3 tonight. This pitch is fouled back in an 0-2 hole just like that. Welcome in. 16-17. Do I hear 18-19? It's only 202 more people. The 0-2 pitch is swung on and miss. Henderson, man, he's not having a good night at the plate. Not a good time for an off night for Gunnar Henderson. We need runs, and he has not done much with an 0 for 4 tonight. Not to mention, he collided with Mateo. You know what? I mean, honestly, now that I think about it, and this is no excuse as if to say, well, he would have gotten 2 hits by now. I'm not saying that at all, but let's be honest. If you're Gunnar Henderson, you had a collision with your teammate, and your teammate is now probably out for the season. That's probably weighing on your mind right now. Adley Rutschman with a fly ball to right field. Jesus Sanchez is going to make the catch, and this inning is over. The Orioles are starting to fade here. They got to wake back up with only 2 innings left to go, down by 3. And, folks, when I say 2 innings, I mean we got to do something in the 8th before Tanner Scott comes out for the 9th. If you got Tanner Scott out there with a 3-run lead, our chances are never over, but they are seriously lowered. We got to come back with something in this 8th inning. Have to. Oh, thank you, Card, for reminding me, folks. It is the 7th inning stretch time. I know we're losing. I know we're on the road. Maybe it makes no sense. Still, I'm compelled to throw some cakes on the griddle. Get them cakes up in the chat. That's right. We got some country boys in here, don't we?
Thank God I'm a country boy.
Maybe some country ladies as well.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
A country whatever the hell.
Thank God I'm a country boy.
Hey, by the way, folks, 92 likes. There's 110 of you here. Now, I'm not saying all 100 whatever of you haven't already hit the like button. I'm sure most of you have, but I'm willing to bet 8 of you have not. Folks, I'm just asking kindly, And by the way, I am celebrating my 100th play-by-play call of Baltimore Orioles baseball. This is it, game number 100. I think I've officially proven that I'm committed to doing this for a long, long time. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that is with support. And you can do it in a lot of different ways. The easiest way, and the cheapest, and the quickest, is to hit that like button right there at the bottom of your screen. It's a thumb. It's pointing up. We're in a commercial. You ain't missing nothing. Actually, here we go. First pitch, the bottom of the 7th to Jake Burger is a foul ball behind the plate. 0-1. Jake Burger, 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Marlins. And yeah, we'll hit 100 there, surely. Where was it at? 95. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. The 0-1 to Burger is way off the plate in the dirt, and it rolls all over the place. Hits the backstop, rolls past the batting circle. Hey, Vinny Natoli's out here for a second inning of work, all right? Just to let you know, this guy's got some stamina. He's young, you know. He's hitting the dance floor like Saturday Night Fever over here. Burger with a ground ball to third. Arias with a nice pick over to first in time. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Man, Jake Burger, I've heard good things about this guy. I tell you what, he's 1 for 4, but every time he puts the ball in play, it is hit hard. And that is what you want to see. All right, Josh Bell up now. We have not been able to handle him tonight. He's had hits in each of his last 2 trips to the plate. First pitch is high for ball 1. Oh, no. What did Ram Dog do? Ram Dog, what happened? Normally, everything's cool with Ram Dog. Foucher, a right-hander, is getting loose for the Marlins. Don't ask me anything about these bullpen arms for Miami beyond Tanner Scott, because I don't know. But Foucher, which is another name you could probably have a lot of fun with, is getting loose. 2-0 the count on Josh Bell. Next pitch is low and in, 3-0. Hey, Vinny, come on now. You got to find a zone here. There's A.J. Puck. 3-0 pitch is swung on and missed. Bell, who now that he's done that, reminds me he did have a 3-0 count his last time up, and that's when he laced one in the right field for a single. He swung at that 3-0 pitch, but that time came up empty. 3 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch is popped up and behind the plate foul. Full count on Josh Bell. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. The Marlins 6, Orioles 3. Baltimore has not been looking great tonight, but this Marlins team, there's a reason why they're on the pace to lose over 100 ball games, folks. Sometimes they shoot themselves in their own foot. Sometimes it just takes one of those relief pitchers to come out and give up the farm as this pitch is fouled away. Still 3-2 on Josh Bell. So, look, if we're down 3 runs to a team like, I don't know, the Phillies, I might be worried right now. With the Marlins, I'm hanging in there. Josh Bell pops it up, straight up on the infield. First base side. Westberg calls off Mountie to make the catch. And that is out number 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Jesus Sanchez is up again. Boy, it feels like this guy's up every inning. Again, he's had a home run already tonight. He's had 2 hits in total. 12 homers, 38 driven in on the season. 2 down, bases empty here in the bottom of the 7th. Natoli looking for 2 innings of work, and this pitch is well off the plate outside for ball 1. Hey there, Dan. Sorry I got here very late tonight. Did I hear you right? BW Gunner Mateo collided. Mateo was out. Maybe, yeah, his elbow got turned around. Swing and a miss by Sanchez. I mean, take what I'm saying, Dan, with a grain of salt. Wait for reports to come out and confirm exactly what the injury is and for how long. But from injuries I'm aware of, even though that I think that was his glove arm, if I'm not mistaken, his left arm, not his throwing arm, I still don't see how, with 2 months left in the season. This pitch is up and away to Sanchez. 3-1 the count now. I mean, maybe I don't know. We'll see. I would doubt it. This pitch is swung on a miss. Full count on Jesus Sanchez. Vinny Natoli, 34 pitches. Mayo wouldn't be an exact like-for-like replacement, but there is something to mentioning Mayo as the guy. Here's the deal. You bring up Holiday, you put him right in the spot that Mateo would have been in, and it's an upgrade anyway because Westberg, I think, third base is his spot. This pitch is hitting the left field by Sanchez. Kowser's camped under it. He's got it, and that's the third out here in the seventh. We head on to the eighth now. The Marlins lead this one 6-3. The Orioles, again, this coming inning, I hope we've got some good hitters. Hey, 3, 4, and 5 due up. All right, this is it, folks. This is it. We got to get it done in the eighth. All right? Right, Dan. I mean, you could theoretically call up Mayo, move Westberg to second, and say, Westy, that is your spot. And then Mayo's at third base. But what that does is a couple of things. One, who is our backup at second base? I mean, Ramon Arias can play second, but there's a reason why every time Arias plays, he's always at third, and Westy moves to second. I mean, at this point, I feel like Westberg, if both can play either position, Westberg should be at third and Arias at second. I think Westberg's got a stronger arm, and he just looks comfortable at third to me. But there's a reason we don't play Arias at second. Whatever. So Connor Norby, by the way, would be my call-up just until we figure out what the hell's going on. Because, again, there's a lot of trade stuff potentially happening. You bring up Norby, and you're basically saying, if you bring up Holiday, you're basically saying, hey, you're with us until the remainder of the year. And maybe that will work out that way once all this trade stuff works out. But I'm thinking until the trade stuff works out, you bring up Norby to just fill that hole for what might only wind up being a week. And then reassess after that. I think Westberg is capable at second base. I think he'd still be an above-average second baseman. I just think he's better at third. I think Mayo is eventually going to be at first base. That's just the way I see everything eventually working out. Here's Anthony Santander. He swings at the first pitch of the inning, ground ball up the middle. Shortstop's got it over to first in time, one away. A.J. Puck still on the mound, and the Orioles have made a quick out. And we are running out of time. Didn't even have a chance to get the taters up in the chat. My goodness. Come on, Baltimore. Ryan O'Hearn's up.
Lights on. Let's turn and burn.
Turn and burn O'Hearn. By the way, a defensive replacement. Rivera is in at third base, which moves Jake Berger over to first base, knocking Josh Bell out of the ball game. O'Hearn's first pitch is a strike, and the next pitch is hit in the air pretty well. Oh, not that well. Straightaway center. Chisholm is waiting on it, and he's got it probably about 10 to 15 feet in front of the track. And that's a long track out there, by the way. That is a wider than normal outfield track. It's like 20 feet of track. All right. 2 down already in the 8th, folks. Things are looking bleak. Jordan Westburg is up.
Well, West is that way.
He does have a base hit and an RBI tonight. First pitch to him is off the plate outside for ball 1. Brian Baker is getting loose for Baltimore in the bullpen. He would probably pitch the bottom half of the inning. And this one is fouled straight back by Westburg. 1-1 the count. One pitch is tapped foul off to the left. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So not only is it setting up right now for Tanner Scott to come in for the 9th, it's setting up for the bottom part of our order up to face him. As that is a called strike 3 on the inside edge to Jordan Westburg. The Orioles, not even a whimper here in the 8th. Not even a whimper. A.J. Puck with 2 innings of shutdown baseball on this offense. And now another lefty, Tanner Scott. And look, 2 of the next 3 guys due up are lefties. You got Cowser and you got Mullins. Austin Hayes is likely going to pinch hit for 1. And it probably makes sense to go ahead and just have him lead off because you want to get the momentum going. Get that right-handed bat out there first for Austin Hayes. I know Cowser's had a decent last couple of days, but... And then with Mullins, you don't have a whole lot of choice. I don't know. Who's left? You got Kerstad, another lefty. I mean, you could look at it as an upgrade over Mullins if it gets to... You get a guy or 2 on base. Arias will have to stay in the ball game because Mateo's injured, and then after that, that's it. That's it. Those are your options. Oh boy, what are we gonna do? Zoinks! All right, so far tonight. Channel update, 16-18. All right. I was between the age of this and this when I started doing a lot of bad things. Where is this? Hey, folks, we hit triple-digit likes. Thank you so much. How do I say thank you?
And I want to thank you very much for that. I really do.
And I do want to encourage those who are not subscribed yet to the channel, folks. It's quick, it's easy, it's free. There's no commitment, no obligation, and no salesman will visit your home.
I offer you the opportunity to join me in glorious battle.
And what it does help do is tell YouTube, hey, let's push this channel up in other people's recommends. More eyes see it, more chances for more Oriole fans to find the channel. Brian Baker is on, bottom of the 8th. First pitch is a called strike to Otto Lopez. Otto, a pair of singles tonight, a stolen base, and scored a run. There's a pitch on the outside edge for a strike. Baker ahead 0-2, and there's Tanner Scott getting loose for the Marlins. This pitch is just off the outside edge. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This could theoretically be the final save opportunity or attempt for Tanner Scott in a Marlins uniform. This pitch is fouled away, a ball and 2 strikes. For our sakes, I hope we don't see him again, because we need to pick it up and take the final 2 games of this series. This is not a series we can afford to lose. The 1-2 pitch is off the plate outside. Count even up at 2-2. Especially now knowing that unless we make a 9th inning comeback, As this pitch is popped up on the infield, Westberg calling off Henderson makes the catch. 1 down. Especially knowing that unless we get a really miraculous comeback against a tough closer down 3 in the 9th, then again, it just makes you wonder, wouldn't you like to have Burns and Grayson going back-to-back to help, you know, seal up a would-be 2 out of 3 series against these Marlins? You got to take 2 out of 3 against a team like this. This pitch is fouled back by Xavier Edwards, 0-1 the count. What is the current score and inning on the Yankee game there, Chilo? If you don't mind. 0-1 pitch to Edwards is off the plate outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on for the Marlins, bottom of the 8th. They lead it 6-3. Next pitch is fouled off to the left. Okay, so Mets are up 3-2 in the top of the 7th. And is that in the Bronx, or is that in Flushing, in Queens? This one is swung on and missed. Brian Baker struck him out.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
All right. Xavier Edwards strikes out. 2 down in the inning for Gordon. Okay, so the Yankees get the final swings. Gordon's first pitch is up and away for ball 1. You know what I should do? I should start to work on some things here. 1-0 pitch is drilled in the right field, but right at Santander. My goodness, that ball was hit right on the line. A frozen rope. Santander was there to make the final out in the 8th. We head to the 9th. The Orioles are going to need some magic, baby. Going to need some serious magic. Come on, Baltimore. Folks, I tell you what, if we come back and win this game, I promise you this.
Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid.
All right. Let's take a look over here. All right. Who supplied the off? Oh, Gleyber Torres. Looks like he hit a home run. Yes, he did. Gleyber, the one they want to run out of town. Louis Hill, he did all right. 4 hits and a walk over 5, but he can only do the 5. The 1 run. Tonkin came in and gave up a couple of runs. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Jose Quintana. 5 walks in 5 innings. Ouch. And yet here the Mets are winning. My goodness, that sounds like the Yankees left a lot of guys on base. Come on, Mets. All right. Well, if this game is already going top of the 9th, I'm gonna send you to, if Pure Adrenaline Sports is covering this game, I'm sending you to the end of Yankees Mets over there. Okay, guys. Because I'm gonna tune in too. I hope you'll join me over there. Let's see if I can find. Right about there. Okay, so folks, when I sign off, there'll be a prompt to send you and me on over to catch the end of that New York game. All right, Tanner Scott is on right now, folks. Here we go. It is Colton Cowser at the plate. He's going to hit for himself here. And he takes the first pitch, 97, top of the zone on the outside edge. You can't place it any better than that. With gas, 97 from Scott. 0-1 on Cowser. Next pitch is low and away. 1-1 the count. Come on, Colton. Oh, is it hat time? Oh, shoot. Are you sure? I don't know. This pitch is low and outside. A check swing. Did he go? No. 2-1 the count. And the pitch is in there. Are called strike 2. 2-2 on Cowser. Lefty on lefty. 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. 98. Couple inches off the plate by design. Cowser goes after it. Can't reach it. And there's one down in the 9th. Ryan Mountcastle, who's got a pair of hits tonight, is at the plate. And the first pitch is swung on and fouled off to the left. Come on, Mountie.
Okay, mount up.
I feel you, Slater. I feel you. There's a called strike. 0-2 the count. I mean, it all started. I mean, we're talking about basically June and July, right? I mean, we all knew June was going to be tough. Right? 0-2 as this pitch is fouled back. Austin Hayes is on deck to hit for Mullins. Again, options are limited. I already had to make one move to replace Mateo with that elbow injury. Here's a mound meeting between the battery here. Sanchez and Scott. And it's a quick talk. Sanchez already walking back. Folks, again, no matter what happens here, I hope you're going to come back and join us for tomorrow night's game. I'll spend a couple of minutes going over the details for that, and then we're going to head on over together to catch the end of this Yankees-Mets game. Swing and a miss by Mountcastle, and there's 2 down. Tanner Scott strikes out the first 2 batters he sees. And, folks, take a look at his stuff, and you can see why he's a hot commodity on the trade market. I tell you what, he's cheaper to get. He's cheaper to get than Mason Miller. Here's Austin Hayes. His first plate appearance, pinch hitting for Mullins. Goes after the first pitch and fouls it back. 0-1 on Hayes. 2 down in the 9th. The Orioles are barely have a pulse right now. Been a tough night. 0-1 pitch is in, and that got Hayes. Okay, well, there's one way to get something started. Austin Hayes gets plunked somewhere down around the lower leg. Let's take a look here. Maybe about a couple inches below the knee. Yeah, right off the stripes of his socks. He'll be all right. 2 down. Here's Ramon Arias. And, folks, first pitch is inside. And that's exactly what I wanted to see. Because here's the deal, folks. Ramon, work your way on any way you can. And that sends Gunner up as the tying run. And then we have a shot. Any way you can do it, Ramon. The 1-0. Take again. And he does. Ramon, the respect. Know the situation. All right. Do realize, though, that Scott is going to come back in. Scott now knows that you know that you're not going to chase. He's going to probably give you one out over the plate. Think about swinging. 2-0 pitch. He took it, and it's in there for a strike. See, I felt like he took all the way, hoping to get to 3-0. Oh, you got to listen to your boy, BW. Now Scott has a chance to do whatever he wants on a 2-1 pitch. And a swing and an inside-out grounder to second. This should do it. Arias grounds out to second, and the ball game is over. Final score, Marlins 6, Orioles 3. The Marlins 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors, 5 left on base. The Orioles 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error by Adley Rutschman. 6 men left on base. And yeah, this was a pretty frustrating result for several reasons. A lot of it all happening in a short amount of time there. Right after, it was the bottom of the second. It was that 4-run second, and then the fact that we came back, looked like it was going to be a back-and-forth affair. We got the 2 runs to make it 4-3, but then Miami just got those 2 runs right back. From then on, it was nothing but zeros since the third. So, yeah, all the stuff you want to think about, the pitching from the third inning on was fine. The hitting from the third inning on was not. So the tale of 2 games, a 3-inning game in which we couldn't pitch, but we could hit some, and then a 6-inning game where we pitched great, but we couldn't hit worth a damn. And that's how you wind up with a 6-3 loss to a Marlins team who have only won 35% of their games on the season. They got a record now of 35-65. The Orioles now move to 60-40. Folks, I know we've been playing 500 baseball for a considerable length of time, but on the season still, 100 games in, it's very easy to do the math. 60 wins, 40 losses. That's 6 wins to 4 losses. That's 3 wins for every 2 losses. That is playing 600 baseball. And if you can win 3 out of every 5 games, guess what? You're winning series in the postseason if you're winning 3 out of 5 games. Yes, there's a lot to work on, but I got a feeling that a transaction or 2 can make a difference. Jorge Mateo's injury is probably the biggest, worst news of the whole event, to be perfectly honest. I'm praying that Mateo is not going to be hurt for too long, but at this point, it's really just, I hope he's not just sitting there in absolute agony right now with an injury like that. That's a tough one. Let me talk about tomorrow's matchup, and then we'll head on over and catch the end of this Yankees-Mets game. I want to thank everybody who's come out here tonight to hang out with BW and everybody here in the Charm City chat, all the mods for all the work that they do. Again, folks, it's my 100th game call. And feel free to mark the occasion in any way you see fit. Especially coming off a week where there was like 4 days with no games and then another day off yesterday. Your boy. All right. Tomorrow's game is what I want to look at. Here we go. So are we still sitting on undecided right now? Morphine. How about less fiend? All right. It's going to be who the hell knows against Edward Cabrera tomorrow. Is this the same start time? I believe it is. 6:40 p.m. Eastern. First pitch. That means your boy will be on the air at 6:30 p.m. Come on in. Get situated. Let's watch us bounce back from this crummy loss. All right? Again, that's Edward Cabrera, 1-3 record. His ERA, 7.36. That whip is atrocious. 20 walks in 33 innings. If we don't beat the crud out of this guy, I don't know what the hell. All right? So we're going to even up this series tomorrow. That's a BW non-guarantee. Thanks to the new subs as well. We just about hit 1620. Folks, we'll be hitting 1700 here in a moment. All right, let's head on over then. Again, you'll be seeing a little thing pop up on your side here momentarily. Until then, folks, this has been the Birdwatcher, and I'll chirp at you later. Have a good night, everybody. Join me on over at Pure Adrenaline Sports for the end of the Yankee